Probably should tell people that we're streaming. That'd be a smart thing to do.
Only if you want people to watch.
13. Click, click. That was dumb. That was dumb. No. There we go.
I'm going on mute for a few minutes, so let me know when you guys are ready.
Roger, roger. Boop. Oh, I was supposed to that in someone else's thing. That would have been rude. Hey, just gonna advertise in your chat. You don't mind, right? Just post to some other guy's stream Discord and be like, hey, how are you doing? And notes it on my Twitter because that's what you should do when you're doing this. Oop. And eventually my phone will wake up. Pretty please. Sugar on top? No? Okay then. Okay, at least that's working. Good, good. One second, I have to deal with a technical issue. I'll be right back. I am back. There we go.
Willkommen.
Oh. Up, up. Right, so that's set. This is set. I am back. No. No, phone. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Thank you. In case you ever wanted to hear me in echo. Well, hello there, folks. Sorry, you're probably looking at the screen there for a bit. But yes, we are going to get rolling here and to the 13th tale, Furious and Cold Vengeance. Last we left off, the head of the household and his chosen representative to the High Council had been attacked in the streets of Kronos after some rather productive meetings on the homeworld of the House SupQit'aH. There was very many fruitful meetings under the auspice and direction of the good La Keldar, one of the blood members of the house. And elsewhere in the Empire, there is a fleet of SupQit'aH ships in stealth seeking out the House Banan ships to hopefully scout out what's happening. However, the current commander of the fleet is not in the best of moods. La Hona is quite upset, and Klingons, when upset, don't tend to calm down very easily. From chat, long may the song of SupQit'aH strike fear into the hearts of our enemies. Long may the song of SupQit'aH, oh goodness, bring glory to the stars. Long may the song of SupQit'aH bring honor to the Empire. May the blade of SupQit'aH ever sing. May the disruptor of SupQit'aH ever glow. And may the blood wine of SupQit'aH ever flow. Sounds like the bloody drinking song we were talking about before.
Kapla!
And so we reveal. We move forward. And the first scene we start with, it's kind of an important scene because we need to know how something here. We cut to the medical bay of the Duktanaka in orbit of the homeworld of Kronos. Ho'oda had been under the knife, as it were, or the laser scalpel, for a considerable amount of time. Because he was basically dead for a minute or two. Like, he was not good. So, Ho'oda, you wake on the medical bed. You see the blipping lights and flickering of various consoles in the med bay.
Do my wounds appear to have been tended to? Yes.
And actually, you find that you're, as you kind of start moving around and stuff, you kind of feel this itching at your throat. It's not, you can still breathe and stuff, but there's this weird itch that you have, and as you breathe, you feel a rasp.
I'll scratch it. Anything there? Exteriorly, anyway?
Exteriorly, you feel some sort of device there, attached to your neck. Like it's around the side, like at the side of your neck.
Is there some sort of reflective surface in here, mirror or something?
Yeah, there's a little console you can kind of pull around so you can see it. Since some Klingon doctors treat themselves, because, you know, there's not a ton of surgeons on these boats.
Fair. So yes, I will see if I can figure out what this thing on my neck is.
Insight medicine difficulty 2. You actually notice that it's, oh no, I was right, I told you where it was. Sorry. Never mind.
Okay. So this is not a great score of mine, so please take a threat for a third die.
Sure.
I certainly do not have a focus that will apply here. Just enough.
You recognize this as a vocal aid implant. And you recognize that's a thing that you give a Klingon when their vocal cords or the throat's damaged to a degree that they can't speak easily on their own, and they need an implant to help make their voice audible. So in essence, this creates a running trait that you have, where anytime you use presence, you are in increased complication because your voice always comes out a little digitalized, and that kind of makes people. It either creeps people out in a good way or creeps them out in a way that's not so much intimidating, just kind of, you know. In Klingons, it's not. There's no shame in it. You got injured.
Right. Let's see. Who is our medical person?
That'd be Sug Krull.
Ah, yes. Krull! I shout out.
And through the door, rather rapidly, comes an elderly Klingon.
I point at the device in my throat. Tell me of this. Tell me of this.
Joe, we were able to repair most of your injuries. However, while you were under, there was complications regarding your throat. After Representative Kargan helped me in your surgery, you passed out, and we had to deal with the extensive damage that apparently the disruptor managed to do to your neck. The solution I had was either to remove your vocal cords entirely, and he shrugs like that was not an option,
Right.
or put in an implant, repair what I could. The procedure did not obstruct your airways. However, even good Klingon blood cannot replace regenerate the cords in your neck without causing complications. We will need, at least not aboard the Dakshunaka. I also was unsure if you wished to be submitted to one of the Klingon Defense Force hospitals, given your upcoming meeting, so I went halfway and then put in a vocal aid implant. It will make you audible, and you can adjust the volume on the side if you wish to be especially louder, but I would advise against it. It is a medical aid, not a battlefield aid. But you will be audible on a bridge as per Klingon Defense Force regulations.
So, with the proper medical technology, my vocal cords can be repaired.
By surgeons far more skilled than I. He kind of shrugs and looks away for a second, looks back. Joe, your vocal cords are very damaged. I question if even my peers on Kronos could do a better job than what me and Kargan were able to achieve.
Very well. However, I dislike not being able to naturally modulate the tone of my voice.
He nods. You can tell he's trying not to say something, not out of disrespect, more about, it's just not a thing you say to a fellow Klingon. It's kind of rude.
Perhaps I will seek out a cyberneticist at some point, but you are correct. I have no time for it at the current situation.
I would ask something of you, Joe.
Speak.
I have reported what is necessary to the Klingon Defense Force. However, I have not reported the vocal aid yet. I also have, at your discretion, I have waited to see if you wanted me to report your near death. Some captains I've served with prefer I delay such things when matters of steel and not blood are involved. That is to say that if you politically, this could be a problem, but if you wish to wear it openly and challenge it, then it will go in the log as it happened. Wish me to delay. Not that you would ask me to delay, but I do not presume your orders. Either way.
This is a wound received in honorable battle, as inconvenient as it may be. Klingon does not shy from displaying such wounds.
He nods.
Particularly when they were given by his enemies. Assassins though they may be. Where is Kargan?
I can summon him down. He's currently in his quarters, preparing for the meeting with the High Council.
Is there any reason for me to remain in the surgery?
Not medically, no.
Nah. Then I will seek him out. Thank you, Sog. You have done well.
Joe. As you're beginning to leave, he strides across and starts entering the data into the computer. This will also mean that Kral will inform Keldar of what happened. So Keldar is going to know after a scene or two. When it gets to him, he'll know what's happened.
Okay.
Because Kral was kind of slow rolling it, like, I don't know if I want to report that quite yet. Oda might not appreciate it if I just say stuff when he's trying to do some political maneuvering.
Let my enemies know that they've failed to kill me.
So you stride across your ship.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, never mind. Please continue.
No, I don't want to now. No. Whoops. Oh, no. No. Okay, we're good. So, Oda, you cross the Duktanaka and head to the office, one of the offices that Kargan is working in to prepare.
Hit the door, klaxon.
Enter.
Kargan, I understand that you assisted the Sog in the surgery. You have my thanks.
I did only what was necessary. It is my duty to protect the jaw.
So, report.
Not much to report. I am soon done with preparations. Our meeting shall be glorious.
Let us hope so. Were all of our attackers slain?
I'm unsure.
I think, Hona, if I remember correctly, you were controlling the last fighter there. I think you killed the last of them. I don't think you took any prisoners.
No prisoners.
I took a prisoner.
You took a prisoner. Okay. So you have one prisoner. He's probably sitting on the Duktanaka. I imagine you didn't turn them over to Kronos security.
Hell no.
Because that assassin would disappear from that jail cell in a hurry, and I don't mean it in a nice way.
Yeah, no.
Has this prisoner been interrogated?
This prisoner has not been interrogated. I awaited your awakening.
Well done.
I knew that you would want to do the interrogation yourself.
Are you at a point in your preparations where you can join me, or do you need more time?
I will enter with the bat'leth at your command.
So Oda will go and find the prisoner.
Oops. Head elsewhere into the ship. Save set design so much.
Don't forget the Sog Valor who assisted down on the planet
So, a Votour?
for Tor.
Let's see. Probably just standing outside the quarters. Well, the prisoner chamber. Normally you could fit in a bunch of prisoners, but you only have one right now.
Yeah, it doesn't get used much.
Let's just say the Tor is rather pissed off at this situation right now. I would gladly run a blade through the prisoner.
You performed your duty admirably on the planet, Votour. I will question this prisoner now.
She falls into place behind Oda.
I am House Oda. House SupQit'aH. Who are you?
He kind of stands up from his seat. He looks almost... He doesn't seem all that afraid. It's that casualness of a man who's been captured before, or at least is resigned to his fate. It's like, no, I'm pretty dead. But he doesn't seem frightened, just kind of resigned.
Fair. Who are you?
I am Kuna. He folds his arms and looks at the three of you.
Who hired you to attack us?
He stares at you. Glaring quietly.
So, an assassin who still thinks his profession allows him some degree of honor. How curious.
Victory is the highest honor. Defeat is the lesser, no matter how it's achieved. He shrugs. Half-heartedly quoting Kalis there. I was almost victorious. He looks at your neck, but doesn't smile. He just kind of looks at it and looks back at you.
You were not almost victorious. You managed to fall to and be captured by a representative to the High Council, an elder of my house, not even a warrior in his prime. One of your leaders only managed to take me down by using a disruptor instead of having the courage to face me blade to blade like a true Klingon. But I expect nothing more from assassins. Swords for hire to the highest bidder.
He grunts.
And you see what one loyal member, a true Klingon warrior, loyal to her house, can achieve. For the rest of you, your comrades are dead, and you shall soon be joining them.
In time, you will join me in Grethor.
Ha! I shall never see such a place. I travel the river of blood, and when the time comes, we'll cross it to Stovacor and join my father in the Black Fleet.
Oh, is that the one that killed millions of people with his foolishness?
I believe it is more likely the person behind your purse strings who committed this crime and attempted to implicate my father falsely. Again, someone who does not have the courage of a true warrior to stand up and face his enemies face to face. Votor, bring me 2 batleths.
She draws one for herself and hands you another.
I hold my hand out for the other batleth.
And hands them both over.
I throw one of the batleths at Kuna.
I believe someone owes me some threat. I forget how much.
Just know that she is willing to step in for Oda at any point. Because she's still very pissed off with what happened on the surface.
It's probably like the only reason she isn't attacking him there and then because Oda's standing there. It's like, I may want to get my vengeance, but my superior officer's here. I'm not supposed to beat people up unless I'm ordered to. Okay.
Let's just say her mechleth is drawn in hand.
So that is 4 threat I gain for 2 batleths.
Ah. Now. And I'm swinging the batleth around as I talk. Here is your final opportunity to accomplish your goal.
You would put yourself at the mercy of an assassin.
Ha. I am not at your mercy, and theoretically at least you are not at mine. We face each other as 2 warriors. Unless you wish to fall to your knees and allow me to execute you. Like a common dog. I offer you this chance. Because Oda of SupQit'aH does have honor. Have you any left, Kuna? Of no house?
He looks at the room and you can get the feeling he's trying to gauge. He seems to be looking at people's belts to see what people are armed with. Looks at you, looks at your neck. You can tell he's trying to size up the room.
They will not interfere. Although, you will not leave this ship alive. But you will not be facing odds of 3 or even 2 upon 1. If you can kill your way through the entire crew, you will go free.
At that, Votor laughs, because she knows he's not going to get by the 2 warriors in this room.
Or, perhaps, O houseless one, enough of true Klingon blood beats within your heart to feel the pull of serving a true and honorable house.
I may be a mercenary. I may be an assassin. But I do not retreat the field. He holds out his hand. My war continues.
He's holding out his hand for the batleth.
Yep.
I toss it to him.
And he immediately rushes at you. You're in combat. Like, in that moment where you're starting to huck the thing at him, he just charges at you.
Fair enough.
Coward.
Assassin. Why fight fair?
No, Votor just utters the word coward under her breath as she readies herself as well.
The book I'm looking for is not this one, it's this one. Oh, it's under operations. That's fine.
Keep in mind, this is one of the highly trained operatives that Torque himself trained in his time among SupQuit'aH.
There it is.
And she was one of his best students.
So as you throw the batleth forward at him, he basically just charges past it, and he just lets it drop by him as he reaches to grab your arm before you're able to get it over to the batleth and get a grip. So it is opposed daring security.
How many dice is he rolling?
He is rolling all the dice.
Ooh, he's fancy.
How many dice is that?
5. The max.
I will give you enough threat to match him and to activate bold.
Okay. Re-rolling those 18s and 19. In the 16 too? Are you kidding me? How much of this was garbage? All of it was
I
garbage.
give you a threat for lethal if I wind up winning this?
If you're swinging for lethal, you'd give me threat at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I am.
Okay. He is not going for lethal since he's trying to grab you. He isn't at that lethal stage yet. Rerolling 4. God. Wow.
Damn.
Spending 3 threat. It's a little early for this,
Not
but
bad.
he spends toward his determination. Today is a good day to die. Reroll those 2 20s and that 17 because that's garbage. Oh my god.
And a complication. Damn, Jim.
Also, 1, 2, 3, 4. After all that resource, 4 hits with complication.
So we're tied for this point, except I have 1 reroll, which the 17 is not a hit. So let me do that.
This was terrible.
And there we go. 5 hits.
I was gonna make you do an unarmed strike at him because he jumped you, but you, because of his complication, he took way too long to get to you, and you kind of predicted he was gonna try something like this just because you're an experienced officer. This isn't the first Klingon to do a surprise attack.
First Klingon in history.
Yeah. So you are doing batleth damage because you're able to get both hands on and strike him.
Okay, so that's a total of... Batleth Raw is 4, right?
I believe you're correct. I'm gonna double check.
Just making sure I adjusted my stats because I think I bumped up my security at some point. Or maybe not, I can't remember.
Batleth is 3 challenge dice.
Yeah, okay, security 4, so total of 7.
And it has vicious 1, so it's 5, 6. 6 stress.
I did gain 1 momentum, which I will use to re-roll the zeros. 1, 2, 3. And then since I spent what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threat for the extra dice, I have to battle, so I can throw an equal number of bonus momentum as bonus damage into that attack. So I'll do that as well.
That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus how much?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6. And I'm rolling for lethal.
14 bloody stress. Hold on. I think he's down.
I think he dead.
-2. 1 because he's. No. Take that back. You're swinging for lethal. The only thing that's saving him is his armor, so it's actually 13. Yeah, he's not. He is going to avoid the injury. But he looks pretty bad. Like you sunk it deep into him, and he's bleeding very badly. But he's just trying to. But he managed to turn it so that way it didn't take out both his hearts and only took out one of them. So he is bleeding terribly, but he still has the other heart to go. But that's still not good for a Klingon to lose one heart even. That's a lot of internal bleeding.
And he just let the other bat'leth drop.
Yep, it clatters to the ground behind him. Is swift tasking worth his time? Increased difficulty. You're not bad at fighting. He's better off just letting you swing at him. He's better off just. Yep. He'll let the turn go.
Well, okay, he's unarmed. So yeah, I'll toss my I'll drop my bat'leth and can you do lethal with? No, you can't do lethal with unarmed strike, can you?
You can. It just increases difficulty by 1.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll drop my bat'leth and try and beat him to death with my fists.
Okay. So 1 threat to me. Although mechanically, I'll give you a break here. Mechanically, if you drop him, oh no, it would be non-lethal. If you're trying to kill him outright, then yeah. Never mind. Don't mind me. Mixing up systems. Okay. He is going to spend as much dice as he can. He's going to try to grapple. He's going to try to counter grapple you when you swing at him. So he's not swinging for lethal. Good luck, buddy.
Is he rolling 5 again?
Yep.
All right, I'll do the same thing. Take 6 threat.
I'll take that back. Good luck, buddy. It's your only hope. Be glad he didn't just shoot you.
It's not Oda's style.
Oh my god. Ooh. It's a good thing he's fighting melee, rerolling the 20 and 18. Good gravy, man.
So that's 6 at this point.
Well, that's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hits. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, and I've got 6 because I hit my crit success range on 1.
Yep. So you get to swing your unarmed damage.
Da-da-da. Which is a grand total of 5 challenge dice. So that's 7 plus 6 more for all the threat I spent.
Whack. He tries to, as you throw another attack, basically you swing at him, and he tries to trap your arm with his arms. And he almost starts wrapping them around, and you could feel the Makbara technique where he's gonna use your weight to pull you and like try to pull you to the ground. But right. There's just too much muscle, and you're moving too quickly for him that he's not able to get the grip on before you're able to jab him in the throat. And he just he just collapses.
We hear his bones cracking and shattering to dust.
And when he hits the floor, I'll go down and open his eyes, and then as I see the light go out, tilt back my head and howl.
The howl, you can hear the vocal aid creaking and screeching as the howl is, and then eventually it just kind of shuts off as it's overloaded, and you kind of find yourself coughing for a second after the howl. Like that really hurt. That you can actually feel your burning in your throat because you pushed it pretty hard.
I bet that sounded creepy.
Very.
And then you hear a beep.
Imagining.
And as you kind of start catching your breath, you hear a beep beep noise coming off your neck as it turns back on. Like it had a surge protector.
I must find a cyberneticist. This stopgap device is inadequate to my needs. And I look down at the shell on the floor and to Votor, have your people dispose of this.
At once, Lord Oda.
Then stride away. So, Kargan.
Yes.
Let us meet with Lord Singer Sasir and prepare ourselves fully for tomorrow's meeting.
As you wish.
We then cut over to Bemoth 2. New scene. You don't have any threat. Momentum. Oh, she's not there. What am I doing?
Rule, Keldar, rule!
Keldar.
Yes.
You meet in the chamber. You have had a long while to rule over the Bemoth sector. Many of the things that have come before you have been dealt with, and largely have fallen to your lessers. Any who need the audience chamber, most of the people who needed the audience chamber in the last while have been dealt with. You are reported to what you have available. So right now you basically are able to give orders on behalf of the house. But before I give... Actually, I'll give you the information first, then I'll go on that. So there's a few things that you have at your disposal that will let you do house-wide things. These are things, and this is for all of you. There are certain things that are only doable either by the representative in the High Council chamber on your behalf, or done here in the audience chamber by one of the house members. If I can get the book I need, that would be helpful. Only a little bit. Though I will say, you do get word that of what happened on Kronos, and the subsequent report that he is alive with a vocal aid implant.
I will put out feelers to see if there's anybody on Bemoth 2 or in the Bemoth sector that could help him upgrade that vocal implant.
Reason plus medicine. Difficulty 2, assisted by your reputation plus house influence. Not influence. Yeah, it's influence because influence.
My personal reputation?
Yep.
Okay.
Why do birds suddenly appear? Sorry.
My score in this is awful, so I'm going to spend a threat for a third die.
Tell me or I'll kill you. No. Someone get me answers.
Oh, that's a surprising number of successes.
Why am I not finding the... Oh, whoops.
The focus number for the assistance roll is...
Is the rep... No, is your rep.
Okay. I
Golly.
have a total of 4 successes.
2 momentum generated. Can't spell. Help me. There you go. You learn of a Dr. Tekla, a loyal cyberneticist to House Rasa.
Okay, I will send the relevant information to Oda or his representative, whoever contacted me, so that he has that as an option for the consideration.
The relevant orders are passed on, and it will get to Sho Oda in good time. So what you've discovered as well is mechanically you now have this as a, among other things, you now know this is a ongoing advantage of a person that you know you can get to if you need cybernetic work. Dr. Tekla is basically one of many doctors and scientists in Rasa's employ that work on her world. So, but it was a matter of weeding through the various doctors and cyberneticists, seeing who out there is actually good at this, and not just saying it for the sake of glory. Because the problem with the Klingon Empire is they don't create a lot of doctors and a lot of scientists. So finding really good ones is a pain. But this one's good. This one's good, and not just saying he is. He actually has peers saying that he's good. And with your influence role, you also got some advisors from the house saying, "Hey, we checked, we looked into it. This guy's good."
And he's less crazy than Rasa herself?
Well, he's Rasa crazy. He's eccentric. His solution is not something that Kronos doctors would do, but it will work.
Okay.
Something to do with putting a biological implant in his neck and cloning bits of his vocal cords and all that sort of stuff. Like, you're able to understand it. It's kind of out there, but in theory, it should work.
Okay, sounds good. What other orders of business are there?
You also are told that there are the fleet under Lahona. Lahona is taking the lead on the scouting mission out in the Shackleton Expanse. It seems that he is soon to encounter, or at least he and his officers expect to encounter some of the Ba'anan forces out there in a nebula. And at present, La Tarkin has been reassigned by the KDF toward another duty, so he's been pulled. That's why he's not leading that fleet anymore. He got pulled off to do something with the Federation on behalf of the Empire. Sometimes if Klingon Command says you're doing a thing, you guys don't really get to say no.
Okay.
Which is annoying, but not a whole lot you can do. But that does leave the question of if you have any, what your war advisors ask of you is if you wish to amend any of the orders to Lahona, or if you wish to do any actions related to speaking with the Federation or trying to get extra aid from other Klingon houses near the border. At present, the standing order from Joe Oda was that it was going to be a scout mission, so this isn't necessarily a raid, but there's a lot of murmuring in the hall about possible this being an act of vengeance in Oda's name.
Well, I did give him the option if a good opportunity cropped up.
I will remind Lahona that the primary directive is to scout out and find anything, and only to attack targets of opportunity. And then I will try to schmooze with some of the houses to see if we can improve relations.
You can attempt to improve your influence over the houses. Or extend your influence, a better way to put it. Your advisors tell you there are a few ways to do this. One is for you to go to the Taggy Fleet commanders or have them come to you and talk to them. Either have them summon them to the audience chamber to talk with them here and try to give them. Some of them didn't come to the audience chamber for anything in particular, but you could summon them and say, "Hey, I know you weren't asking for an audience, but is there anything we can do for you?" More Klingon-y than that, but you're basically offering out a helping hand. Or you can try to employ more diplomats and attaches and liaison officers from your house to their houses, so you have more connections between each other and basically having a representative for SupQuit'aH already on that can facilitate your orders a little more quickly and giving these liaison officers a bit more of a free hand to speak in SupQuit'aH's name. So that way they don't necessarily check in. They just they're told by what the standing order is by the liaison officer.
I know that I would be irritated if I were trying to work on something called away for what I would view as a unnecessary audience with the sector governor. So I'm going to go with the second option and try to send out some SupQuit'aH representatives.
All right, so actually, there are two things you're going to be trying to achieve here mechanically. One is if you succeed at this, you're going to increase your. You won't necessarily be I misspoke earlier. You don't necessarily increase your influence, but you're going to create an advantage that will give you. If you ever need to talk with these guys again, or you're giving orders to Rasa or Amdris, you can you'll get bonus momentum because you have extra people just there ready to do things. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to find officers that are good for the job. Insight plus command. Of course, insisted by your influence plus rep, obviously. I don't know why I was questioning myself there. And here's the difference. Div 2. Disadvantage. Momentum. Oh, I can't count. So you can choose which difficulty you're trying to shoot for. You would do it. You're doing an insight command. assisted by influence reputation. If you choose to do difficulty 2 and you get it, you'll just have the advantage of having people with Amdris and Rasa, and that's just a standing advantage that whenever you're sending them orders, it's always assumed that you have liaison officers that you didn't have to send the order, you just put it into the central computer, and that was they're always checking it if there's any orders. So if they get updated, they'll let them know. If you aim for a higher difficulty and get it, if you send out orders, you'll have bonus momentum toward giving that order through your liaison officers.
Okay, I'll shoot for the difficulty 3. Spend 1 momentum for an extra die.
And I'll admit I'm taking this some of this mechanic from the Dune adventure game, actually. So they have rules for dealing with houses. I was like, this is totally useful to me. I'm going to take some of these rules.
Is this the Modifius Dune?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I haven't looked at that yet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not sponsored by Modifius, in case anyone's wondering. I wish. 1 success. Oh, the house gets the help.
Yeah, I still have to roll for the house.
What's the house rolling?
His rep plus influence.
So that's 14.
Is your rep only 3? No. Sorry, I can't.
Influence is 9.
Right.
So 9 plus 5, 14.
Yeah. I can't add.
And I only gain 2 successes, so I fall short of the difficulty target.
Do you wish to determination or leave it as it stands?
I will probably spend determination. Should I, open question, should I spend toward the first dictate, restore the House with Honor, and with glory raise it still higher, or the 4th dictate, make allies when possible?
And what are you trying to do exactly?
Send liaisons to the other houses in the sector and on the Federation borders in order to increase our house influence.
They're already our allies.
Probably the first one, because it sounds like you're just improving your power and your influence more than it already is.
Okay, I will spend toward the first dictate then. Roll a challenge die to see if I get back my determination. No. All right, and that will allow me to re-roll all 4 dice or just the 3 personal dice?
Just your dice. So you can reroll the 17, 14 if you want. Or the 6 if you are hoping it hits better, but I don't think you're going to do that.
Yeah, I'll do those. Woohoo!
Hey!
There you go, heck. So that is 3, 4. 4 against your target of 3. You gained a momentum out of it. So you now have handpicked Liaison officers. Loyal liaison officers. Can't spell liaison. So you've now created the asset of hand-picked loyal liaison officers to houses Rasa and Amdris.
GM, could you note that on the house sheet?
That'd be a good idea. Let's do that.
And while you're there, bump up the might.
Mike should be at 11 already.
No, I'm reading it at 10.
Save. You might want to close it and open it again.
Okay. I just fixed it, did you?
I fixed it a while ago, but it doesn't automatically fill it in.
Nah, roll 20.
Let's put assets here. Whoops. Helps if I actually create a table.
Yeah, with building up the house and everything, I tried to print out the dang house sheet from the PDF of the book, but I can't get it to print. It doesn't read most of the sheet for whatever reason. I even downloaded the free character sheets from drive-through and tried it, and it wouldn't read it. It would only read like one part of the sheet.
Weird.
Yeah, it was just odd. And, you know, I could print other pages from the book perfectly fine.
No. Shoo. What that? No. Oh, I already did. There we go. So, save. Now I have assets in there as well.
Perfecto. What does the quality +1 indicate?
That means if you have the asset at all, because you can have a quality 0, and that's still an advantage. That's still good. But if it's for every quality 1 plus, 1 or more, that's how much extra bonus momentum you get if you use that asset and succeed.
Cool.
The downside with assets is that they can be attacked or destroyed or stolen or what have you. But it's like,
Right.
But you know, it's a standing advantage as opposed because usually advantages fade with time. Assets stay there until somebody does something about them, or it just doesn't make sense. Like if you're out of contact with you're out in like the Gamma Quadrant, your assets can't help you.
And you say you're lifting that from Dune partially?
From the Dune RPG, because they have rules for that for various things. So it's neat. I'll list more assets because there are other ones that make sense that you guys already have, but I'll do that later.
Okay.
That said, is there anything? So you have that. Is there anything else Keller wishes to do for the house or in relation to the Federation or the Klingons?
I don't believe so right now.
That rule is in. It is not in a free PDF, unfortunately. Chat. It is actually in the book. I bought the PDF like a couple days ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like the perfect thing I'm going to steal from." I only got it because I was like, "I'm into Doom." So sure, I'll check out Modiphius' take on it. A guy who's into house politics who likes Dune? Who knew? But yes, we will cut new scene. Oops, before we do that. Yep. Oh, right. I need to be on the bridge. So, we aboard the manga. La Hona is leading the fleet into the Shackleton Expanse. I presume you're under cloak. Is that a safe presumption? Click, click. Sure. At this point, if anyone wishes to activate a supporting character to help on the bridge, you may. Although we know that Votor isn't there and Krull isn't there. You could have Kor, Kabara, and Koroth could be there, but I don't know how much you want the cook to do anything, so I'll just kind of take him off now.
Hey, that's Oda's personal cook. He's on the Doc Tanaka. Figuring out creative things to do with yamak sauce. And
there's Buhuka, who is an enlisted man, but he can he's a Rasa scavenger, but he can be of assistance in the scientist, so he can actually operate the sensor ops station in a pinch. I don't think he's any help anywhere else. He can kind of do security, but I imagine Hona will simply just walk over and do it himself if need be, so I'm not too worried about it.
Or do it from the captain's console.
Yep. Can you activate a supporting character? Unfortunately, no, author, but maybe in the future. Or crossover. Well, crossover. Guest star. But what has happened so far is that you have entered into the star system that is in the KDF computer has been entered in as Ka'adir's Stand. The Ka'adir Stand system. It was basically a place where Klingon got into battle with some pirates, and he wasn't trying to find the star system. He just kind of stumbled into it during the fight, and it got named after him because he got to name it because he found it. And the KDF's like, well, I mean, sure, if you want. We didn't have a name for it other than Klingon star number 22567, so on. It's like, okay, it has an actual name now.
So still in the Empire or in Shackleton?
In the Shackleton. Not very deep in. It's just a place that the Federation folk haven't really looked too deeply at, and the Klingons only ran into it by accident. They didn't even mean to go there, and they haven't been there since. Not a whole lot strategically worth their time yet, because it's inside of a nebula cloud, so the world's basically a Venus-like world. I forget what class that is in Klingon, but essentially it's not a really the only way you could habitate that world is putting a cloud station or a space station around it, and that's a lot of resources to spend for the Empire for not a whole lot of gain. There's no dilithium there. Not really strategically important, but if you wanted to hide something, this would be a great place to hide.
Yeah, I haven't played a science guy in a while, so I'll activate Boo Hoka and run him.
Give me reason science. Difficulty of... It would be this, but it's actually +1, comp 1, because... Oh wait, how bad's this nebula? It is this bad. So it's a class 2 nebula where you are right now. Reason science, difficulty 2, complication 2, assisted by sensor science.
Okay. Do not believe he has anything that will help. I think this is his first official activation. So yeah. I'll use a momentum for a third die.
Yep.
He's not terrible at this. Discipline. And you said the comp range was 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, +2, sorry. That's not how 1 + 2 is comp 3. Sorry. It's always at least
so
1.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 17. No, 18, right? Because it's comp on 18, 19, or 20, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay, well there's it's actually 3 successes with the 1. I don't have a reroll, but I gained 1 momentum and I'll spend another just to quash the comp.
Plus there's the ship, though.
Oh, yeah, let me wait then. That float out there. And manga's sensor science is a massive 11.
That surprises me that it's that low.
Yeah, it's super sneaky, but not super peaky.
Okay.
Something to work on at some point.
Mm-hmm.
With some...
Ross, I had certain priorities in mind. She thought, oh, you don't need sensors, just get real close to it. Like, no, Rasa, that's not that's not practical.
Boost up the sensors in science, and
thanks for the posture check.
advanced sensors tech. Manga would be awesome for a scout ship. So yeah, spend 1 momentum plus spend the momentum the boo gained, and then 1 more to quash the comp.
Oh, there we go. So we go. Probably got people from the bridge. What? That didn't help me at all, game. No, bring them with you. I highlighted like all 3 of them, and then it's like, nope, not the people under them. There. No. Shrink. No. So, what you detect is the Carrier stand. You're currently at stealth. They seem to be floating over this Venus or Class V world, shall we say, for the time being. You see the entirety of the Batanon fleet. But there does seem to be a strange energy reading on each of their ships. Actually, sorry, primarily on the Mosa. Yakias Mosa. It is an unfamiliar energy reading.
Free science officer question?
He's a support, he doesn't get that.
Okay, fair.
But you can spend a momentum.
Hona's typing, let's see what he's up to. Oh, great, okay.
Huzzah.
Sir.
Sorry about that. Old cat to give beds to.
Sir, I've detected what appears to be the entire Banan fleet over the world. However, there's strange and unknown energy readings coming from, you said all ships, GM?
The Mosa, the lead ship.
Oh, okay. There's a strange energy reading coming from the Mosa. It's like nothing I've ever seen or that's in our database.
I don't know what that is. What danger would present to us if we were to attack it?
I may have thought of something. GM, can I try and compare that energy readings to any records we've gotten from Ross's investigations into the
Calcat.
Calcat. Oh no, you've got a lot of background noise coming in.
Yep. Reason science difficulty 2, assisted by the computer science of the ship.
Okay. It's pretty much the same roll. Yeah, so last momentum for third die.
Quirky glasses. There we go.
Oof. Only one success there. Let's see if the manga can come through with its 11. Huh, what do you know?
I have a 3 in science. I can see if that helps.
You can assist if you want.
Oh, we didn't ever refit the manga for reconnaissance, did we?
Does that help any?
What's your reason science total?
Oh yeah, that's an 11.
Yep. So you get an additional hit, which gets you momentum.
Nice. Can't wait to get a new phone that doesn't have volume issues.
Send a message to you.
Got it. Sir, these aren't quite the normal red variants that Rasa has been able to I took the wrong card, sorry. Sir, these are not quite the same as the standard red variant readings that Rasa was able to determine, but they are some type of Calcat crystals apparently installed in the Mosa's subspace transceiver.
Could these be the unknown blue crystals that we've heard about?
Or momentum, I'll answer that.
Spend it.
No, sir. These would not match that. They do appear to be... Or do they... I don't have any momentum to spend asking questions. Never mind.
You could spend threat to ask those questions.
Well, I'm trying to suss from what you said. Some variant of Calcat crystals. They don't conform with normal red variant as known by Rasa.
Could there be a third color crystal? Like gray? Or something?
Perhaps, sir. I'm also just completely speculating here, but it is possible that the crystals have been altered in some way. Lord Oda says that the crystals in orbit around Bamoth 2 spoke to him of their fellows being enslaved. Perhaps that process may have altered the resonance, but again, I'm just speculating, sir.
Understood. Is there any way we can get a secure channel to the Calcat crystals?
I'll tell you the difficulty. We'll see.
Arousing benign suspicions.
Reason engineering diff 5 comp 5.
Incredibly difficult. Not helped by the fact that you're in a nebula, so it's making communications kind of difficult in here.
So that would be what? Reason versus engineering or communication?
No, ships assisting with engineering plus communications. The role is reason engineering diff 5 comp 5.
You may wish to. Someone may wish to activate Liqueur to help to either lead or help with this.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be buying at least 2 dice to try and do this.
Okay, she does have
Take a
bold.
threat.
She does have bold engineering too, so
I could activate Liqueur.
I have bold science and security. I can always take bold engineering. 'Cause I still have a slot open for it.
what are you rolling for your engineering? Your reason engineering.
Reason is 8, engineering is 2.
She's rolling a 13 with bold engineering. You might want to let her lead.
Okay, and I'll assist.
Okay, so we're doing difficulty 5.
Yeah, comp 5.
Holy shit.
Hona's rolling a Hoka is rolling a 12. Would you rather he assist?
That probably can they both assist?
Yeah, you can both assist.
Okay, so I
So
will.
who's doing the primary role?
It's 6 threat to get up to 5 dice. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'll spend that 6 threat to get up to 5 dice.
Sounds like Liqueur.
I will roll in assistance.
Hey.
Doesn't look like she has a focus. Transport systems, emergency repair, and EPS systems. I don't.
No.
Okay. And the complication is +5, or is it 5 total?
5 total.
I don't
So
know if
sorry, it
that'll
would
help
it would be
with
like
anything.
16 to 20.
Oh, 16? Okay. Wow.
I need to re-roll those.
So I have bold, so I can re-roll one of them. But I don't think I have a way of re-rolling those 3.
She has a determination. She can spend it towards the dictates, but she doesn't have any values of her own, as I recall. She hasn't gotten one yet.
Okay.
If you can find a dictate the fire.
Second dictate: repay in full every friend who serves the house and every enemy who wrongs it.
I'll take it. Yeah. Oh, no, that works. Never mind. Because you guys made friends with the Calcut, sort of. Friend is a strong word. Fellow vengeance seekers.
We actually have an alliance.
Oh shoot, you're right. You're right.
So it's enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You're trying to make contact with your old allies. Well, old allies, your allies. To make friends with one Calcut, to make friend with all Calcut. Sort of.
Okay, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2,
We have
3.
the 5 successes. And I still have 1 reroll, so I'll reroll that 20. Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits on the dot.
With
With
2 complications?
2 complications. I will take actually, you know what? I'll create a complication back at Liqueur. Liqueur. Fitness plus medicine. Difficulty of 3. As her vision begins to swim, as she starts hearing frequencies coming from her console. She hears a weird noise coming across subspace.
Yay, more trauma.
Is this increased complication or is it normal complication?
Normal complication will be nice.
Okay, this is going to be bad. Oh.
Freaking okay, 3 successes. On the dot. You're fine. For a second, she feels a growl almost starting to build in her throat. Her teeth start to clench. She can feel one of her hands starting to float down to her pistol at her hip, and she's able to kind of, whoa, where'd that come from? Like she's able to shake it off. Like she was getting super aggressive, and then she was able to realize, what was she going to attack? The console? That didn't make any sense.
So we've successfully opened a secure channel to the Calcut.
Yes, you have a channel open on a frequency you know is not so much encrypted, but you know it's on a very, very narrow bandwidth and frequency that will that the Calcut will hear and understand, and they can talk back through, but the other ships won't be able to hear it.
Excellent.
But not without hitting the same difficulty you did. Like, it's super difficult for them to hear, which, for the sake of checking, actually, I'll let you talk to them. We'll find out if they heard you after you talk to them. But it's difficulty 5 comp 5 for them to hear you, so I wouldn't hold my breath of them getting it. You have an open channel.
Calcut, Christos, I know you can hear me. We are allies of your kind. We are here to deal with the Klingons that have enslaved you. Cease your psionic attacks on our fleet. Respond.
You hear a high-pitched whine and screech, and then the translator starts overdubbing over it. Minds opened. Enemies. Choose enemies. We serve. We
The
serve.
Klingons who you serve are my enemies. I wish to deal with them and free you, so you may rejoin your brethren. We are House SupQit'aH, allies of the Calcut.
We burn. We seethe. Enemies. Their minds ripped open.
I intend to rip them asunder. So you may have vengeance as well.
Pain. The pain. Pain, 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 pain. And it gets louder and screeching. Eventually it starts, the liqueur probably turns down a little bit, so it's not just blowing out everyone's ears, but they are just repeating the word pain. Insight medicine, difficulty of 3. To understand what is going on.
For me, that's 8, so... You said diff 3?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a die. I make
Well,
it 2.
I know Hoka's rolling a 12. What's Liqueur's?
Let's see. 8.
Yeah, you want Hoka to take the lead with a 12, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Take a threat for the third die, because... Great.
And other people can assist if you want, because you can kind of discuss among yourselves, like, what are we hearing? What's going on?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Ooh.
I'll take the 16, because that's the first die in your roll. Oh, no, it wouldn't have helped anyway.
Yeah.
Hoka, if he can find a way to spend toward a dictates, he still has his determination.
Oh, never betray an ally?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Or betray no ally? Okay, I'll reroll. Not challenge dice, though. There's 3.
Open the door. Open the door. Hi. Get out of my mud. This is a kid. I'm gonna be fast. I'm gonna make the right time. She wanna come over with me. Okay, so I'll say about 10 minutes. I have to make her lunch.
Hot mic, Hona.
If you wanna. Okay. Come on, good baby. I love you. And I'm so
Should I
happy.
order some lunch or?
Yeah, come on down.
On a background noise. Sir, I believe the Kalkit are being tortured and are not in their right minds, not in control of their minds.
Here, take it.
Then we must free them.
Yes, sir. However, it is worth pointing out that if they are not in control of their minds, Banan may be,
This is mine.
and
Then
could
when
use
we
them against
do-
us.
And when we deal with the banan, they will be free. I advise
Yes, sir.
we stick to ship combat for now. Let's advance.
Here.
Shields up.
Do you want us to uncloak, sir?
No, stay cloaked.
Your security officer points out to you that you can't have shields up and be cloaked at the same time.
Decloak the manga and engage the shields. They can't exactly sense us unless they know exactly what they're looking for.
We're still a long way off. We're at the edge of the system.
I gotta maintain cloak until we're closer to the planet. I assume we were further in than that.
So essentially you're entering into fleet combat. Well, you're not quite in fleet combat yet because you're going to approach them before you do anything. So you're going to get, if you want to attack them, you want to be either in the same area as they are, or you want to be adjacent to them. Where do you want to be?
Let's go adjacent.
Like near the, better question to put it. Do you want to be like near the sun, or do you want to be like further out, or do you want to be just in the same orbital path as the planet?
Coming in from, let's go via the sun route.
So near the sun. Okay.
Yep.
The fleet moves into position. The blistering sun crackles, and you will need a check to make as a sudden surge of energy rips out, and the whole fleet has to begin scattering under cloak away to not be struck and given away before they are in position. This is going to be a daring plus con. Difficulty of 4, assisted by engines plus con. And we'll assume that if the manga succeeds, the other ships will succeed. If the manga fails, then the fleet will be exposed, and they'll have to decloak with you anyway.
Kargon, you want to grab the helms person?
I'm not currently at a
PC.
Okay.
PC, no. So I'll be in the background. I'll be moral support.
Okay. I'll grab her. A daring con.
For daring con, I have a 12.
Yeah, the helms person is rolling a 14, and she has a focus.
I can assist as well.
I'll let you assist with that, totally. You're in the command chair. Makes sense to me. As you start seeing, as you're hearing sensors reporting that there's a stellar surge happening, you're like, oh no, move!
Shit, I don't
Scatter the fleet.
Just 4, huh? Okay.
Is that gonna help anything at all?
No, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the downside with this. Sometimes they don't fire. It happens.
Okay.
Never to me. I'm perfect. I've never had bad rolls. It's because I cheat.
She's going to give you 6 threat for 5 dice.
6 threat? Awesome.
Right. Yeah, 12. 14. She does have a focus. So that's 6 successes. It's 2 Joe Mentum. Hana, you want to grab the manga?
Sure. Well, what am I rolling?
Engines plus con.
Engines
engine.
10, con 3. That's 2 dice.
1 die. It's assisting. Too high.
16. Does that help?
Yeah, that's too high.
But we got 5 successes already?
6.
Damn. At this point, they would just be helping for momentum.
But yeah, no, you generate momentum, and the fleet scatters out of the way as a belt of gamma radiation invisibly rips through space, and everyone's just trying to go, oh no, get away! And this ribbon of gamma energy just kind of flies out, and you notice that this sun's part of the reason why this nebula's a thing. The sun's kind of is energizing the cloud a little bit, so it's kind of perpetuating the area. There's a reason why you've now discovered the other reason why the Klingon Defense Force doesn't want anything to do with this world. This system's a pain in the neck. And you get the feeling that this thing would actually stretches out, actually more like for like light years, or several astronomical units, I should say, not light years, not quite that far out.
So, does the enemy fleet react at all?
No. They do make a sort of cautionary, like, let's back away a little bit because the blast goes out that way. But they're like, nah, let's kind of huddle on this side of the. Actually, huddling on near the planet isn't going to help because the gamma radiation would just blast through the planet.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that just rip the planet to shreds?
No, just irradiate it further than it already is. Imagine having a floating station there and not being able to move, and then a gamma radiation blast just rips through the station. Won't destroy the station. Will kill everyone else aboard it, though. Shields or not.
Unless they're gamma shielding.
Yeah, which it's doable, but it's a pain in the neck to set up, and usually not worth it in the end.
And I would also assume it would be a pain in the ass to maintain.
Yeah, power intensive. But you move into position. You're under cloak. That was a bit of a spook. All the Klingons have a nice deep breath that they aren't going to see Stova core by the blade of a sun.
Let's advance towards our prey.
So you're going to decloak and attack?
The manga will, and have the other ships follow suit.
All right, whoops, wrong thing. I turned off the wrong thing. You still have your engineering bonus. So you move to attack.
Are we close enough for torpedoes, or?
Yeah, totally. So we're in fleet engagement rules now. So you can perform a heroic action before the torpedoes let loose. You can give yourself you have 2 actions for your fleet. Normally, they have 2 actions. You can try to give yourself an extra action. You can try to give yourself a reroll for your fleet to unload their torpedo strike.
I'm gonna add bold command to my talent list. Because I still have 2 slots open.
Very good. You're not trying to regroup. So yeah, I imagine you want to do do you want an extra action, or do you want to have a free reroll for your attack roll?
The reroll would be awesome. If needed.
Presence command, difficulty of 3. Assisted by the ship's command plus comms. Communications.
Bold command. There we go. That's added. Starting to become a very well-rounded officer.
Who needs those?
Oh, he's got bold security, bold science, and bold command. I thought adding bold con would help. I'd add that too.
There's a bold for every department.
He's just one bold son of a bitch.
It makes sense.
To be honest.
Theoretically, you could do it.
And seeing as he's still rather pissed at the loss of his sister, it's not going to go well for any Banan soldier today.
All right. So how many dice you rolling there, friend?
We'll give you... Okay, I got the 2 momentum. Let's go with an additional 3 dice. So a full
amount.
5.
So
Yep. Take the momentum first, and then help yourself to some threat.
Yep.
What? Go play Xbox, please. Cool. Go beat him.
It's like I got killed in the car.
Try again, dude.
1, 2, 3 hits. Plus
can
the
I
ship.
Roll that 19 and 18.
You can roll one of them. You can reroll one of them with bold.
19 then.
Yep.
There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Plus the ship.
Am I rolling for the ship?
I don't think ship assist for the fleet hero roll, does it?
Oh, you're right. I'm smart. You're right. So you generate 1 momentum. All right, so you roll to attack. Roll 19 challenge dice. Oh, I got rid of the... Move that flag somewhere else, because I can't see.
D6. Rolling.
Oh, God in heaven. I'm taking the first set.
Sorry about that.
So 11 hits for them. You don't have vicious. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 hits for you.
Hold on. The quantum torpedoes does have vicious.
Doesn't apply in fleet combat. Because it's not just the manga firing, it's everybody. Your whole fleet firing at their whole fleet, and it's taking the... This is like several ship battles happening at the same time. Because you basically uncloak, shields up, and then everyone starts unloading barrage torpedoes at the Mosa. The Mosa returns fire with torpedoes. But that said, you are able to damage their fleet significantly.
We have one more action.
Let's attack again.
Okay, they reroll with one less. You reroll at the same amount, so they don't reroll back with 13. They reroll with 12. 12, yeah, I'm right. You reroll with 18 because you've already attacked.
18, coming at you.
One, 2, 3,
They are
4,
not
5,
having a
6,
good day.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep.
They're not having a very good day at all.
You have disabled their fleet into barrages of torpedo fire. They try to return fire, but there's just too much fire coming from them. From you, rather. And as you're getting ready for victory, and you're probably getting ready to board and take what ships you can, start mauling some people up.
Actually, with that, I will send a challenge to the commander on the lead ship.
Some ships decloak.
Because I want the home field advantage here.
Whoops. That's not right.
My challenge is directed towards the captain of the lead ship.
As you begin to issue your challenges and
house leader.
You start issuing your challenges and you start, getting ready, like, let's go, we're going to fight, all this. You're getting reports from sensors that there are 2 fleets of Romulan vessels decloaking and on approach.
Okay.
Find the bloody token, because I didn't think I was going to need this many reinforcements. There they are. So I didn't prepare for it. Did
My challenge is to the house leader of Banan.
5, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, there's 10 threat.
15 threat, actually.
I stand corrected. You got little Romulans, and you got big Romulans.
Sensors detect.
Is my comm line still open to the Calcat?
Stand by on that. I'm going to describe what you've scanned. What you see are 5 scale 2 Romulan scout ships that decloak, and then 3 Dederidex class Romulan warbirds.
those are scale 6, right?
I want to say 5, but you might be right. They're scale. These ones are scale 5. Even if it's scale 6, these ones are slightly smaller.
Fair.
Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. As you're trying to get your communications over, there is a line open, but as you're trying to communicate, one action to decloak, one action to approach. Actually, they're going to let these guys approach.
We're already decloaked, so.
They move up, and
He's not talking about us.
Yeah.
they will feint you. They make it like they're about to attack you, but they pull away at the last second. So your defense die is actually at 17, not 19. These guys then approach to attack. You are rolling 17 challenge dice. (13, 14, 15, 16, 17). 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 hits. As the Ramen Warbirds move into position and open fire with their plasma torpedoes, you now have various ships that are damaged. And as you begin figuring out what you're going to do, deciding what you're going to do between these 3 ships, the scene ends and we check in back on Kronos.
Ah, damn it.
Who said I was going to make this an easy fight?
I'm gonna simplify this fight.
Hood Oda, or Jo Oda, we should say in this case. House SupQit'aH.
Is it too late to call in backup up around?
We'll get to your scene in a moment. Hood Oda, House SupQit'aH, and Representative Kargan come to the floor of the High Council chamber, where Chancellor Martok, along with various High Council representatives, are present. Some of which are the ones you made recent friends with. But you also see a Ba'anan representative there. Not one of the family members, but someone like Kargan. They're a civil representative. They're a representative that's been sent to Kronos.
Right.
Martok sits in his chair, dressed in the regalia of the Chancellor of the Empire.
That big coat.
Step forth, Hood Oda, House SupQit'aH, and Representative Kargan. Oda, it has been some time since I've seen you. Not since the battle with the Archon. It's good to see you have not died yet.
Ha! Not for any lack of my enemies trying and failing. Ha!
I am told that you have gotten your affairs in order for the Bemoth sector.
Yes. Despite the efforts of a band of traitors who murdered my father and millions on the planet Bemoth 2, House SupQit'aH's rule is strong, and we are ascendant once again with our banner houses allied with us.
I have heard your reports. He picks up a little pad and glances at it with his good eye. You had your own private war in Bamoth. Didn't invite anyone for the fun.
Ha! The Chancellor is always welcome to join in any war that I'm involved in. And most gladly will I welcome him.
My advisors and those of this council tell me that you, before the death of your father, my good friend, before his death, you and your family were being considered for this council to be considered once again one of the great houses of the Empire. Do you believe this is true under your leadership, Hoda?
I do, Chancellor Martok.
He lies! Yells the Ba'anan representative.
Kargan reaches for the bat'leth on his back as he turns his gaze to the Banan. You want to take that again? Face me, coward!
I accuse Oda for the sins of his father. His father recklessly endangered a defense base of the Empire, killed millions in his reckless pursuit of power by the destruction and enslavement of new crystal entities. He burned down and destroyed the Temple of Ba'anan unjustly as we fought to defend the honor of the Empire and bring down this weak house in its dishonorable and wicked ways. They know not of Kalis. They know not of Klingons. They know only of their own bleeding ambition. Much like a Romulan senator. Some Klingons start like walking across the floor because you may not be friends with everybody here, but that's pretty insulting. Like some people, and some of them, not everybody likes Ba'anan, but some people start stepping forward in his defense.
So, Ba'anan is only willing to challenge the dead with accusations.
You are responsible for your father's sins.
If sins there are. So was my father responsible for the importation of these Calket crystals and enslaving them? Or was this merely a plot by others to implicate my father in dealings with which he had no interest or wherewithal? Indeed, and I pull a pad from my belt. Indeed, the forces of House SupQit'aH led a successful raid on the source of the smuggling of these dangerous sentients into the Klingon Empire, resulting in the destruction of the Ferengi station Parasol and the death of its foul commander, Parasol himself. But not before we had managed to raid his databases, as well as his vault, where we discovered full records of the transactions of these shipments of Calket, in which indeed my father's name appeared. Yet under forensic investigation, we discovered that my father's name was actually input in order to try and frame him for this treacherous action. I'm sure that the Imperial scientists and Imperial investigators and computer experts will be able to verify this information. making the accusations you throw before this council baseless and borderline criminal, certainly worthy of a counter challenge.
All right, the blows are being struck in a social conflict. So rather than by batleth, surprisingly, we are doing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you a curve there.
Oh no! That's. Kargan did exactly what a Klingon would do when insulted like that, and there's going to be a rep for that. There's going to be a rep bonus. There's no rep penalty for it, because if you didn't say anything and just waited for him to say something, it would have been a rep ding for not responding angrily to being dishonored. Like, well, hold on, you can't just say stuff like that to me. Or to my leader. What the hell? Why do you think that's okay?
I'm here to defend the House SupQit'aH, and I will do so with words or battleth, whatever comes first.
So, Oda, you are starting the first blow as you are actually striking back. He was hoping you had nothing and you'd have nothing to oppose him with. You actually have opposing evidence, so now it's actually an opposed roll. As opposed to him just rolling a difficulty blah test, and he's like, I make it, I win. It's like, oh, well, I shouldn't have come here. But yeah, you're looking at Presence Command, assisted by Influence Rep. If you succeed, you will be doing damage equal to your command plus 2. In challenge dice.
Sorry, I was looking up a note. What was the roll again?
Presence Command, assisted by Influence Rep.
Am I allowed to assist?
When you guys can, you're basically another combatant, so you'll be able to roll as well and make your argument why you think things are going on. Or you can start flinging insults at the guy just to make him stress out.
So how many?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
How many dice is he rolling?
That's a good question. Probably, experienced GM would have looked that up before the roll happened because he knew this was going to happen. And just you know, and he wouldn't stall or nothing. He would just kind of have it at hand. Is that one? Darn Klingons. Maybe this. He is. Oh, how many dice is he rolling? You don't know his scores. What am I doing? Here's exactly what he has.
Excellent.
So, gonna 1, 2. I can only buy 2 dice at the moment. Well, that's how many he's buying. But he's at 4 dice.
Alrighty, I will match him with 1 momentum and 2 threat. What was all that?
I was thinking if he's going to spend 3 of that threat to get an extra die, that's not worth it to him. Nope. It's better to match, so he'll leave it at match.
Okay. So that's 4. Persuasion or intimidation as a focus?
Persuasion, you're
Okay.
partially you are trying to stress him out, but you're also trying to convince the assemblage.
Right. He started it. I'm opposing him.
I don't think he needs to re-roll any of that. I'm pretty certain he hit everything. One, 2, up. 4 hits.
Okay. 6.
Oh, is it worth him re-rolling any of his stuff to get down? Is it worth it? It won't be enough. All I'm doing is knocking away your momentum. I can't beat you without determination, and that's not worth it. Because I didn't have the threat to activate determination earlier. That's why he didn't do it. I think he's a bit boned at the moment. Okay, cool. Yep, roll your damage. Oh, sorry.
Oh, the house.
So you get 2 momentum. Yep. Oh, and the house. Oh yeah, his house assists him. What am I doing? 1 die. That'll be the difference.
Is it house rep or my rep?
House rep. I got that screwed up. It's your rep if you're not doing anything in the name of your house. It's just you. So sorry about that, Kaldar. You should have been using the house rep. Whoops.
Influence is 9. Yeah. 13.
So.
That's actually 2.
So same amount as before. I know. He got 5 hits. You got 4, 5, 6 hits. Yeah, so you only would have gotten 1 momentum.
I got 6 on the first roll, and then 2 on the second, because 4 is within the crit range for the house.
All right, so 5 hits versus 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah. Yep. So actually, you should have 3 total, not 2 total.
Okay. Cool. And challenge dice is my...
Your command plus 2.
Okay, so 7.
That's 6 stress. 2 threat to avoid the... In social conflict, you don't necessarily have to worry about injuries. This is something I looked up. Injuries don't take you out in social, but they do increase your difficulty for future rolls because you're kind of stressed. It's when your track is full that you're done, unless you just give up. Is it worth buying that off?
So you buy off the difficulty increase like you would an injury.
Yeah. That's why you can kind of debate whether or not you want to bother. And there's 2 of you. Better to have his full dice pool. But yeah, he has suffered 6 stress so far. He is not done arguing. But I shall move him up so I can see the bar. You can see the bar.
So is it to us now?
Yeah, you're right, because he started it. So either you... Actually, yeah, you're right. It's either you or Kargan that rolls back at him.
Well, do you want to hit him with facts, or should I insult him until he crumples?
Let me lay on... I think I've got a pretty devastating one to lay it on.
Go for it.
In fact, with the able assistance of... damn, what is her house name? House SupQuit'aH.
Yes.
And it's Joe, specially appointed by Chancellor Martok to look into corruption in the Empire. Her investigations revealed into the data surrounding the attempt to frame my father, Kolek, revealed that in actuality, my father's name was entered by none other than Draka of House Ba'anan. House Ba'anan, the traitors who attempted to seize power in Bamoth, the traitors upon whom the blood of millions of Klingon citizens flows. God, I'm going to need a vocal recorder doing that. Too much longer.
A fresh coat of paint of that presence command opposed rule.
Okay.
I'm buying at least 1 die, I can tell you that right now. Depends how much threat you give me.
Let's see. I'm probably going to do a determination spin here and just try and put this guy down. Let me see if it's going to do value or dictate.
Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Was that name mentioned? Is he the head of House Banan?
No.
No.
Okay.
He's just of the house, which is damning. Very damning.
Got it. Because I kind of need to know the head of the house because I intend to challenge him directly.
Ba'anan. It's named after him. Whoops,
Does he have
whoa.
a first name or something?
That is his name.
Got it.
So okay, I think I will use. I'll spend my determination on a dictate. I think the second one, repay in full every friend who serves the house and every enemy who wrongs it.
Yep, I'll take that.
And then I will spend 1 threat and 1 momentum for the 3rd/4th dice, and then 2 momentum and 1 more threat for the 4th/5th dice.
And I only have so much threat, so I'm only able to go up to 4. I don't have enough to activate his determination, because I needed at least 3. This is what I get for summoning all those Romulan warfares. This is what I deserve this.
Maybe you should have waited.
Nah, it would have been fair to jump on you after when you got back to the scene.
Okay,
Yeah, you
so
won.
I'm
By the way,
re-
I'm just kidding. Well, I did that anyway.
Rerolling
Anyway.
the 19.
Oh, right, you rolled. I'm smart. Whoops, not D100s.
Oh, that brings it up to 5, 6, 7 with the determination spin, and then the house.
What was that? Oh, okay.
13 for the house. Oops, not 13 dice though.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, plus the house assist. I'm smart.
Okay. So let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got a total of 8. With it, and let me see if I get the determination back. Yes, I do.
Is only now. Even if I reroll one of those dice, that turns it into not 8. It turns it to 7. It's not enough. Yep. Roll your damage. Pretty. I think he's gonna be. Oh, you got the momentum already.
No.
7 on his 6. Is that enough to drop him? Yeah.
Does that do him or?
Yep.
Okay.
As you present your arguments, you notice a lot, many the Klingons that were supporting him start stepping back. And yours step a little close. Not that guy, he's one of the inner circle. These guys start stepping onto the carpet, reinforcing that they're voting that you're right, he's wrong. These guys were stepping forward like they're going to say he's right, but they weren't on the carpet yet, so they're like, oh, we're not there yet. Nah, we backed off.
Once the High Council has had a chance to review this evidence and examine the results of my own investigation and that of Joe Telpak, I will be requesting discommodation for the House of Banan for high treason.
Martok steps out of his chair. Hand me that data, Oda.
Stride up to him and give him the pad.
Kargan is keeping the Banan at bay with his battler. Just holding it in a semi-threatening way.
Give me presence plus command or security. Difficulty of 2.
Moi or
Yourself, Kargan, yep. Oh,
yeah,
right, you're not on the
can't
thing.
Yeah, I can't roll.
Here, let me get to your sheet here.
Siba.
So you have a presence of 12. Oh, you've assigned these. Good. Your command's better than your security. You don't have any focuses that... talents. Ancestral Blade's the only one you have at the moment. So presence command would be 17. You don't have a focus in intimidating or keeping someone at bay, but you do have some slots open. Do you wish to add a focus at this time?
I'd like to add intimidation.
Intimidation focus. Intimidation.
It's a valid political strategy in Klingon society.
Yeah. So you're looking at... it's a div 2 with target of 16 with a focus. Do you wish to buy any dice? There are 2 momentum on the table. GM has 0 threat.
I'm fine. I'm good as it is.
Two successes on the button.
Cool.
So you create the advantage that Button could back away. Like, he looks like he's less that he's going to walk up to anybody, more like he looks like he was going to try to leave the chamber. But you're kind of, with Batlet in hand, staring him down. You're not that far away from him. It's 2 steps and a swing to get to him.
Yeah.
So he just kind of, you just kind of are able to freeze him in place. Like, he's not going anywhere while you're staring at him like that.
So I mouth at him without saying anything. If he reads lips or something like that,
yeah,
he will see me saying, "Try me, you son of a flat foreheaded mother."
Are you trying to incite him to take a swing at you?
No, I mean, if he wants to, that would be fine.
He doesn't want to, although this has dishonored him a bit. I would have spent threat to make him do it, but I don't have it. He's been spooked. Martok begins reading the document. May Martok have one of your momentum?
I agree.
Yeah. Blam.
Martok is a good guy, we know this.
He rerolls one of those d20 because he has cautious command, hilariously.
Nice.
Wow, that is pretty funny.
He just made it. He actually he had to hit div 2, he just made it. Oh no, he probably would have made it with that 15. Off the top of my head. So anyway, you get a momentum back. Never mind.
Yeah.
He reads it and he reads it. He scrolls up, reads through it again. He gestures to one of his advisors and shows it to them. Points at certain things on the document, and the guy kind of nods at him. Waves him off. Shoo. And like, oh, okay. And he kind of gets back into position. These are very serious charges. And I see no great reason to belay the requests of House SupQit'aH. I have no patience for petty squabbling. I have no patience for traitors. And the Empire will suffer neither. Tell Ba'anan that if he wishes to argue this, if he wishes to contest this, he can come here himself and not send one of his spineless lapdogs to this chamber. You should be ashamed of yourself. You dishonor yourself. You dishonor your house. You dishonor the Empire by your very presence. Until Ba'anan himself comes here before me, before this man, his house is discommendated. Folds his arms and turns his back. And the guy just kind of, he looks like he was deer in the headlights before, and now it's like this was supposed to be a slam dunk sort of like easy job. He's gonna get you. He has all this evidence, and now he's really screwed this up. And everyone's
steps forward and says, "And tell your master that I look forward to eating his heart." And I cross the arms and turn the back.
Kargan makes sure that he's the last one to turn his back to the Banan.
The button on Klingon, as the whole chamber turns their back on him, the representative just, instead of walking away, he just kind of falls to his knees in shock.
Nice.
He kind of looks at the dagger at his hip, and then realizes that the right of regaining your honor in that manner is not possible for a house that's discommendated. And then just kind of stares at the floor for a while. And stares. And the chamber patiently awaits for him to leave.
And once he leaves, Oda will step up. Now, to events more worthy of this council, and I reach in and pull out a small wooden box and open it, and it has that piece from Torg's implants. Torg of House Martok fought by my side and for House SupQit'aH in the recent conflict in the Bamoth sector. Indeed, he led the force that took and destroyed the Temple of Banan, a fortification that had never in all of the history of Bamoth been taken. He gave his life in the heat of battle. He died well, as a Klingon warrior should, and brought honor to himself, to the House of Martok, and to the Chancellor. And I hand over the last remains of Torg.
A strange bit of metal and gleaming.
Yep. It was my honor to have his life in my hands for a time.
Martok motions you forward to hand him the box.
Yep.
He takes it from you and kind of sits down in the throne and looks at it a bit. Snaps it shut. His human family will be informed of this. I will attend to that, Oda. He kind of holds the box out to someone else to take, and the person, and the other kind of just holds it and somewhat carefully, because it's one of those, like, oh, it's an artifact of someone who died. And also, the High Council is aware of the Borg implant. They're like, there's a slight bit of tentativeness of, yes, we know it's safe, but, this is Borg tech. Yeah. Another guy kind of trying to peek around going, oh, I didn't see it very good. I'm all the way over here.
Oda in the back of his head, man, I'm glad to get rid of that. Now if I can just get rid of the red Death Star.
Are there any other charges against House House SupQit'aH in this place?
Oda does a slow turn, catching the eye of every counselor.
Are there any enemies that contest his rulership over Bamoth? Some of the people over here, there's a lot of looking at each other. A lot of, you can see some muttering into each other's shoulders, as if they're plotting something, like they're thinking about saying something. And then one of the older members of the chamber at the far back, he holds up a hand, an open hand, and then they just kind of look over at him, and they kind of look at each other, and they just fold their arms. Martok kind of seems unaware of this. He doesn't seem to be catching on to what's happened in the chamber, but Kargan and Oda, you're both, Kargan more so, that was very much there's a lot, there are opponents, they're just not saying anything.
I note their house. A mental note to reach out to them and try to smooth things over or deal with it.
Insight Command difficulty 1. For you, that is a 12. It's a diff 1 task. You don't really have a focus for taking notes, or Klingon politics would be a good one here if you wanted it. But it's a diff 1. I don't know if you want to spend it on that or not. And you still have 2 momentum on the table.
Yeah, Klingon politics is a good one.
Klingon politics.
Particularly that old dude who seems to have the rest of them under his leash.
Oops. Just 2 dice, or do you want to buy an extra die? It's only a diff 1. But you are rolling a 12.
I'll buy a spare one.
Momentum
to
or
make sure
threat?
that threat, so that we can have some momentum for the next fight.
Cool.
Oops, hold on. 1 threat to this person. He gains it. And then we roll task roller. 3 dice. 12. 4. Six successes. Gain 5 momentum.
Jeez, I'm Pete.
Okay.
So 1 float.
Oh boy. I'll be here all week, I suppose. I don't know.
That's why
Was
you're
that-
the representative of the council.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll actually let you spend that momentum, that bonus and a threat to establish a ongoing asset.
Cool. I don't know what that actually means.
Basically, it's a mechanic from Dune. Basically, it's an ongoing advantage that you'll be able to use for whatever the asset's named after. Right now, I'm only giving you quality 0, so it's just a regular advantage. But later on, you can improve on this to make it give you bonus momentum for checks down the line. The asset you can create here is knowledge of supporters of House SupQuit'aH.
Alright. Sounds like something that's worth my time.
As you not only did you get the names of these houses, but you as you kind of prepped for the mission that you're going to be having here on Kronos, you did some research on not just the representatives present, but also their banner houses and their banner houses and their allies. So now you not only know the names that you know now which lists. You know, there's a lot of names you can just go, nah, none of these houses or their banner houses want anything to do with Ba-Nan. But you do know who does still want something to do with them, despite being discommendated. Like, they're still willing to support them, which is
Good times.
notable. I'll note that
Alright,
asset
that's cool.
later. Anything?
Cool. Thanks.
Boop. Martok then continues to say, "Very well. Order Joseph Gitta. You may have a seat in this, a place, he doesn't say seat, a place in this council. I assume with the presence of your bladesman behind you, that you are not going to be standing in court yourself."
Oda smiles slightly. Indeed, this is Kargan of House SupQit'aH, a proven warrior and statesman who has served, you're a member of the house, right?
I am a member of the house,
Right,
and I used to be a medic in the KDF.
Who has served my family since before my father's time. He is best suited to represent House SupQit'aH in this august assemblage.
Kargan, step forth.
Kargan steps forth. He
Token.
he rests the bat'leth on his shoulder, as if it were a rifle. He stands sorta on guard with it.
Martok stands and gestures to one of his advisors near him to hand him one of the coats of a council representative. It's like his coat, except it's way less fancy and way fewer medals. But it still has of note. It has two particular medals. One is a medal of any member of the High Council, so the Klingon badge, and then there's the badge for House SupQit'aH on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not yet have any of the decorations Kargan has earned quite yet, but those can be added later.
Yeah, I think there are a few things that need to be added. I don't know if it's the Order of the Bat'leth or something, but
yeah, which that's the thing you can do later when you're out of chambers. He didn't know who was getting it yet, so he's like, "Oh, okay."
That's fair.
Wait, no, he did. Yeah, there's some medals on there. I forgot. You guys arranged this way ahead of time. You had days to set this up. Your GM is awake, I swear. This can is doing nothing. Anyway. Drinking an energy drink at the moment, so.
Good times.
Yeah. He holds it open for you to wear.
I'm gonna hand the Joe my bat'leth, since it's a family bat'leth, and
Yep,
I don't trust anyone else with it.
Yeah.
I'll take it with a flourish and hold it for the counselor.
I'm gonna bow my head to the Joe as I put the coat on.
In this chamber, you represent the Honorable House SupQit'aH. In this chamber, you will speak the truth. You will defend the Empire. And you will serve me and our Emperor in glory by word and blade.
I swear.
He motions to some of the personages off to the side. Actually, he starts gesturing toward the group where Banan's people were. And he thinks better of it, and he gestures over to the right and gestures for them to make space for you, and they kind of... The assemblage just kind of starts shifting around a little bit to give you somewhere to stand. It's off the main carpet.
I'm gonna retrieve my my bat'leth from the Joe and stand relaxed when I take my space.
I'll fix that later.
Was there anything else that the Chancellor wanted to say?
He goes to sit back down, Whoops! He jumps over the chair. He goes to sit back down.
Hang out with Riker too long.
Just leapfrogs it. No.
The Martok maneuver. All right.
This chamber now has its representative. While you stand here, House SupQit'aH, is there anything you wish to report to this chamber or request of it?
Hold on, let me look up something you sent me a while back. Okay, I'm not finding it right away, but there was some way that if I could try and request from, was it Martok or the Council about with assistance for building a Vorcha?
Kargan can totally assist with this or lead it, as the case may be. This is a presence plus command. We're going to call this difficulty 2. You're just creating a basic quality of having a Vorcha thing. I love this asset system. It speeds things up way more for me. Influence plus...
What was the...
Rep.
Yeah, what was the roll?
Presence command. Difficulty of 2.
Well, I'm not sure that I have the highest.
What are you rolling?
17 last time.
12 plus 4, so 16. Plus the focus of politics.
Alright, yeah.
Mine's one higher.
Then I'll assist.
Okay. And persuasion is a focus?
Yep.
And I'll give you a threat for the third die.
Nah, I won't mess with this roll.
And 17.
Wow, Hoka's very
5.
persuasive.
Oops.
2 hits from Kargan.
Cool.
I'll move you up here just
And
because
then
you're
the
here to
house
see.
is influence and rep, so that's 13. Huh. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
For div 2,
Let us
so...
build- you should let us build a Vorcha. By God, we should.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gained... You have some float there? How much float do you have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for div 2, so you gained like 7 momentum.
And we were at 6.
So 7 float.
Let's create all the advantages.
Yeah.
I will let you spend all that bonus momentum and one of your current momentum. I'll let you bring the quality of that Vorcha to 3. Not only will it be built by House Rasa, but Chancellor Martok is going to pitch in as well, like from his own personal resources.
Nice.
So you're going to get a state-of-the-art Vorcha. It'll take time for it to be built, but...
Right. By the time we catch up with the rest of the fleet, timeline-wise.
Yeah. It'll take a considerable amount of time.
Cool. Excellent.
By the time that happens, we'll have an impressive fleet of ships.
House SupQit'aH, you honor yourself in the Empire. I order you to return to your province. I order you to oversee your sector. And should Ba'anan ever... Sorry, he doesn't say Ba'anan because I just commentated. Should your former Bannerman enters Klingon space, they will not see another star. Of those who remain on your planet, it is up to you whether you let their discommodation stand or grant them the, he grins, mercy. And some people chuckle at that. The mercy of swearing allegiance to a house that actually stands. The rest I order slain for their corruption.
I obey your orders. Long live the High Counselor. Long live this council. Long live the Emperor. And long live the Empire.
Ah. A new scene.
Oh, you're down to 4 momentum.
Some good stuff.
Sug Keldar, you get reports that of what has happened at the High Council. You get reports as well that it appears that the fleet has engaged with the now discommendated Ba'anan forces. And actually were victorious, but you're getting reports that they seem to have engaged with Romulan ships. A rather sizable fleet, in fact.
I'm going to recommend that they cloak and get out of there. But leave the final decision to the commander on the ground, as it were.
Someone asks, shall we mobilize our soldiers to hunt down those discommendated?
Yes, and offer them... Well, let me ask Oda. Does he want to give them the option of joining a house, or does he want to have them slain outright?
That band of priests that had enough guts to stick around and show up, that we built the temple to Kales for, who used to belong to Ba'anan, they get the opportunity to either swear allegiance to SupQit'aH and become members of part of the house, or I will allow them to take religious vows as servants of Kales the Unforgettable. I'm sure there's some sort of, religious monkish order for that.
Yep.
But yeah, anyone else who is of that discommoded house who didn't have the courage to, show up and look me in the eye and, stick around.
Okay, then I will order our soldiers who are on the ground to slay any Ba'anan house members that they come across. Give them a warrior's death, if possible.
Oh, sorry. That's not an influence roll. That's a might roll. You're making your soldiers move. Presence security or control security, whichever's better. Difficulty 2, assisted by the house might plus its rep.
Give me a moment.
No.
Please?
$5 fine for each minute.
Oh, well, I don't think it'll take a minute.
Darn. $5 for the first minute, 25 cents for every additional minute.
Okay.
Well, you got to talk sexier than you've been then.
Damn! Wow!
set that one
How
up.
am I walking on?
You set that one up. I just knocked it down.
I was talking long distance. Damn. Oh.
So I have 2 successes, and I'll roll the house to see if I can get a momentum.
Yeah, any momentum gain would definitely help me out in combat. And will the actions in the chamber have any influence on the battle that I can take advantage of?
All that gives you is that you have a much freer hand to kill off or take button on stuff, because frankly, they're not Klingons anymore. Unfortunately, Klingons aren't the ones who are attacking you.
2 additional momentum.
Okay, I'll deal with the Romulans and then go for Banan's heart.
Capped at 6.
Note, I did recommend that you retreat from the Romulans. Based on my information, it seems like the fleet is of an overwhelming size.
Keep in mind how easy it is to die in fleet engagements.
True.
The soldiers march forth. Several members of the chamber start leaving because they're generals, so they have to go and do that. That's a planetary-wide sweep, and some captains are getting out of their seats who are just observing. I just got deployed, so I have to fly off to start attacking people. Yeah. So a lot of the chamber starts emptying out, but there's so many other people here. Is there anything else you ask of that you arrange for the chamber before you recess the audience chamber once again?
No, I do not have anything else.
Okay. New scene. The turn starts with the fleet of the manga, surrounded by Romulan ambushers, with the burning ships of Button-on ahead of them.
I do not want to give up my vaulted prize. So I'm going to turn my attention to these traitors.
Okay. Do you wish to, as your heroic action, do you wish to try to regroup your fleet and try to get back one of your actions before? Because if you lose both of them, your fleet's disabled or destroyed.
Yeah, I'd like to regroup.
Okay,
first.
Whoops. Oh, good. I didn't roll. Good. That is presence or control plus engineering, difficulty of 3.
And are they within those bird of prey or warwords within the range of the Calquette's psionic abilities?
Possibly.
Because I want to make a play with that as well. A simple message to the Calquette if that line of communication is still open.
Well, we'll deal with that when we get the chance. At the moment, you have a regroup roll ahead of you.
Alright, so what am I rolling?
Presence or control plus engineering, difficulty 3.
Presence. I guess I'm doing control engineering. And what's the 3? So I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
With momentum or threat?
I'll do momentum.
Okay.
I'd like to reroll that 19.
Sorry.
Not much difference.
The repairs needed are rather complex, and you find yourself unable to get your fleet regrouped on your own.
Keep in mind you can still use an action to regroup, and since you've got the Rasa forces, they get a bonus for that roll.
They need to roll a total. They need to get 19 hits on their challenge dice, but they're considered vicious for the purposes of this.
Am I wrong? The regular dice or challenge dice?
Challenge dice.
How many challenge dice am I doing?
19.
Because I was rolling the regular dice.
No. This initial roll, when you're doing the hero roll, this is your character doing something just on their own by themselves. They're fixing the fleet. Whereas this roll is the fleet's various engineers pooling together and trying to work with each other to repair each other. But it takes up an action to do it, is the downside. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You're good. You get one of your reactions back.
Awesome.
Right, your ship's able to regroup and repair what damage was done. So now your fleet has one action left. Now you wanted to see if you could. You do have an open communication line still with the Mosa. With the Mosa's Cowcat, but you don't know how they're controlling them yet. You just know that they were being tortured and controlled in some manner.
I'm gonna give the Cowcat a slight challenge with the reward of causing infinite pain on their attack on the warbirds if they are able to. I'm giving them the option of vengeance. Unlimited vengeance.
That is, in essence, a work task.
If it's possible.
Yep, I'm thinking how to work it. So what you could do. Yeah, the manga fleet moves. You're going to need to be adjacent to them to do it. Do you want to be in the same area as the warbirds when you talk to the Mosa, or do you want to fly where the Mosa and company is to do it?
Where the Banan fleet is.
Okay, so I'm going to tuck them away a little bit here. Give you some room to slip in there. Whoopsie. Because work task, you move one, so. But you're in their hex, as it were. Hex, their area. I am going to call this roll for me 19 challenge dice. Your target is 13. As you're sending over troops to get over there, secure them, and then use their technology to try to get the Cowcat to attack the warbirds. 1, 2, 3. And I'll treat this as if you have the engineering bonus because you have a ton of engineers. Expertise is not your problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Well, more than enough. So that makes the Mosa attempt an attack on the warbirds. They're essentially rolling 13 dice with vicious against the defenses of the warbirds, which is 15. If the warbirds succeed, they don't damage anybody. They're basically just resisting a invisible attack.
So I roll 13.
You roll 13. Oops, I was about to roll the wrong thing. That would have been dumb. I was rolling the right one first time. I'm smart. They only got 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Versus their 16. Some pain is done to the warbirds. And you get reports that the warbirds are acting in a weird way, but not enough to cause damage to the fleet.
Okay, so it's slightly successful.
Yeah, you know you can do it now.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep pressing that advantage.
The scout ships fly up and make another feinting attack at your fleet. The warbirds move and begin unleashing plasma torpedo fire at you.
Oh damn.
19 versus their 15. Sorry, you roll 17 because you got fainted.
17.
Fourteen, 15, 16, 17, 18 total. Versus your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Hey! You return fire and you actually damaged them instead. I forgot these fighters had 2 actions. They could have fainted you twice. That would have been smart. They didn't. So they're simply just going to disengage. So they're harder to hurt. They're going to disengage to here. Here? To here, yeah. Turn goes back to you.
And I have 2 actions.
And your hero action still.
Okay, I'm going to press the attack on the warbirds.
So I presume your hero action, you're going to want to try to have a reroll for your attack dice?
Yep.
Okay, so roll for me before you attack. Presence or reason plus security, difficulty of 3.
I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
What coin? We got 2 momentum.
I'll spend 1 momentum and 2 threats.
Okay. One, 2, 3. Yep. So you have a reroll for your challenge dice. You're moving to attack.
Yep. I'll attack the warbirds since they're the priority.
You move a little bit. You're staying adjacent to Mosa because you don't want to get too far away.
So I have 19 challenge.
Yes. $18 again.
D6.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Not enough. You get damaged in return when they return fire.
You can re-roll those 3s and 4s, the whiffs.
That's true. You reroll.
It's 1, 2, 3. What is it like?
5, 6, 7. 7. Yep, that's more than enough. More than enough.
I like them 2s.
And as you return fire, they destabilize, they start cracking, and then they twist and crumple, and they crumple into their singularities and are destroyed.
That's why you don't use singularity drives.
Versus quantum torpedoes.
You still have 1 action left.
I'm gonna turn towards the fighters, and I'm gonna attack them with disruptors.
Okay, so you're rolling with 17. They're rolling with 10.
Oh, this is just too easy right now.
This isn't good. They don't have vicious.
Oh, I wouldn't have said that.
GM doesn't have enough threat to do much.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They get damaged. Turn goes to them. Fighters.
Is there any way I can make a ultimatum over the comms to the Romulans?
It would be an action to actually have an effect, but you could say something. They may choose to do something on their own without a roll.
Over the intercoms, I yell at them, surrender, you Romulan dogs, or face extermination. This is your last warning.
So the Romulans, as their action, make an attack run against the Mosa and its fleet.
Attack of opportunity.
No, that's not a thing. Wrong system. But you can roll 13 challenge dice. If the Mosa succeeds, they don't win. They're just resisting being attacked. This is just engineers over there trying not to let the fleet get blown away. And it seems, I'll note that these fighters do have vicious because they seem to know exactly where to shoot, as they seem to be focusing their fire on where the Calcite crystals are.
Yeah, they don't want us finding any information.
12, 13,
Ooh,
14, 15,
wow.
16. 16 total. Not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, you cannot, unfortunately.
Damn it.
This is a defense roll. The most as they unload their fire into the where the crystals are in the Mosa, it warps and bends, and then all of us we actually scene change. Actually, I don't need to spend that for that. That's a perfectly valid reason to change the scene. What am I doing? Where's the bridge? It's labeled bridge. Ah! There it is. Sorry. GM forgot where the thing was. Alarms blare across the ship. And the whole deck begins swaying and shifting. And you hear radiation alarms going off on the bridge.
Attack! What the hell is going on? Reason
plus science difficulty of... let's be mean. This is the last scene. Assisted by sensors plus science. Reason science difficulty 3, assisted by sensor science.
Okay.
The diff 3,
You want your science officer to roll it?
please. My science is no.
I'll let you
Actually-
assist.
But reason and science. Let me see. What's my reason? 8. I have 11 for that.
Okay, take a threat for a third die, GM. And discipline. No, I have a focus for this.
I'll assist.
There's 2. Manga is 10.
There you go. Does that help anything?
Yep, that's one hit. So you gain... well, you hit it for sure.
And then the ship comes through.
Yep, so 2 momentum.
Captain. The lead Banan ship has detonated and is igniting the nebulous gases. Critical explosion in this entire system is imminent. The entire system is going to be flooded with gamma radiation. We should withdraw, sir.
Before we do that, is Banan on that ship?
Reason plus science or medicine. Difficulty
If he is not, we will warp out. If he is, we will capture him alive.
It would
And I will deal with him myself.
2 to 4. Comp 2. Plus 2 to 3. Reasonable science or medicine, difficulty 4, complication 3, science sensors. If you do this roll, everyone on the ship is going to suffer a gamma radiation attack.
Ag.
Yep, the whole system's about to blow up pretty much.
Alright, let's get out of here.
And this is a different roll. This is going to be daring plus con, difficulty of... As you're warping away, presumably. Normally be this hard. It's increased to this hard, plus this complication up to here, which then is engines plus con. Daring con, difficulty 2, comp 3, engines con, as you attempt to warp away before the gamma radiation starts getting to actually impact you in full force.
Kaldar, you want to do the helm roll?
Yeah, I can do that. Daring plus con 14. Helm operations applies as a focus.
Yes.
Roll one in assistance.
Hona could assist, yeah.
I will spend 2 momentum and a threat for 2 extra dice.
Increasing the difficulty to 3.
Of course you did. You're a meanie face.
Oh, God. Ugh. I just drank the bottom of the energy cannon. That's always where all the dregs are. Blah. Ugh. I'm okay, sorry.
2 successes.
Which
Plus-
energy drink?
The one that's willing to sponsor me. I'll say it in Discord.
Okay, there's the ship. They're up to 3.
Okay, iPad, please cooperate with me.
1, 2, 3. That is 4 successes by my count. So you gain 1 momentum as you warp away. We cut back to the audience chamber once more. New scene. Someone comes rushing into the chamber. So, Keldar, report from the fleet.
What is the report?
Lohona's with the manga has been victorious of the Button-on fleet. They're destroyed. However, reports suggest they were attacked by Romulan vessels in the Shackleton Expanse. All ships are accounted for, no losses. Except for... except for... 36 soldiers, warriors left as the boarding crews.
And the Romulans?
All destroyed in some sort of gamma radiation blast.
Contact Lahona, see if he needs any assistance. Perhaps we can send some medical teams to assist him.
Presence or control plus medicine, difficulty of 2, assisted by influence or might, plus reputation.
This is my presence or control?
Yes.
Okay. I'll spend that momentum there for an extra die.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's one success for me. And that's the house's rep, or
House's rep,
my
yes.
rep? Okay.
It should have been the house rep this whole time. That's my bad, sorry.
Okay, I failed to meet the difficulty. I only got one success.
Unfortunately, Lord Keldar, the what ships we can send out will be occupied maintaining our current missions here in the sector. But once they get here, we'll be able to attend to them.
Very well. Inform Lahona of the current situation and that we are not currently able to supply reinforcements.
Any further orders, Lord Keldar?
Have Lahona return to Bamoth 2 at quickest speed.
Kapla. He kind of rushes off. Or even being dismissed like he knows he's in a hurry.
I would like to keep Oda in the loop. Tell him what's happened with Lahona.
And you begin making your reports. Various other members start gathering up the relevant materials. And you know that now you sit not only in a chamber that was in the palace that was to be your house's home, not only do you stand victorious in your home system, you know that your father and the fathers of your cousins have been avenged. You have a seat, House SupQit'aH has a seat in the High Council, and nothing but glory awaits you. However, it does not mean you are without enemies, on Kronos or beyond. And that will be the end of this tale. All of you who are watching, thank you very much for watching, and next time we'll be having a time jump to see what happens sometime after the events of this episode. See you next week, hopefully.